Thanks for staying with us here on the Urban Debate. We continue with the big focus on this massive face-off that's taking place between the social media giant Twitter and our government. In fact, now also the parliamentary panel. So a standing committee of the parliament today had summoned the Twitter officials, and it was about a meeting that went on for almost 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours of questioning by the MPs of our country, parliamentarians of our country, and Twitter officials trying to give some of the responses. Now, here is what the agencies are reporting. ANI and PTI have put out source-based information, which says that the parliament panel and members within it asked Twitter officials, why shouldn't you be fined for violating the law of the land? Now, we don't know specifically what violation were they referring to. The PAL panel also reportedly asked that, have you followed the law of the land? To which these reports say, to which Twitter officials said, we follow our own policies. The parliamentary panel members seem to have then said, rule of land is supreme, not your policy. What authority do you have in Twitter policy decisions? Now, this is essentially, the reports say that the members of the standing committee were not very convinced or happy with the answers that the Twitter officials seem to be giving. And so they wanted to understand, who are these Twitter officials? What is their capacity within Twitter? Do they even have some authority or insights into policy decisions of the social media giant? Obviously, this is in perspective of the fact that recently when the Delhi police had questions to ask of the Twitter India MD, well, he ended up saying that he doesn't know too many of these details because these are handled directly by overseas operations and are not his responsibility. So now the parliamentary panel has asked the Twitter representatives to give it in writing who they are, what is the kind of authority and power that they have within the organization. Now, these are all source-based reports put out by ANI and some of this information by PTI and its sources. But let me tell you what has also been quoted by as Twitter's official statement. So this is what Twitter seems to say, that we will safeguard our citizens' rights. We appreciate the opportunity that was given to us to share our views before the standing committee. We are prepared to work on safeguarding citizens' rights. We will work in line with our principles of transparency. So Twitter insisting that while they do work with the government to follow the law, they are not going to let go of their principles, that we will follow our principles of freedom of expression and privacy and transparency. Twitter has also said we will work alongside the Indian government as part of the shared commitment. What does this really mean? Are the two going to come to an agreement? Is Twitter going to be following the law of the land? And can they do that while following their own policies? We say good evening to Neha Shalini Dua, spokesperson of the BJP, Jiten Jain, cybersecurity expert, Rahul Narayan, advocate with the Supreme Court, and Dr. Anshul Avjit of the Congress Party also joining us. Rahul, let's just begin with this part. We don't know exactly in what context was Twitter asked, are you following the law of the land? But considering the new IT rules and what has been implemented, if Twitter had to follow all of those, would it clash with their policies, and would it then have to choose between one of the two?
Look, I think it's relatively clear, and this is a standard position which is not at all controversial, that when you operate in a country, you have to obey its laws. You are entitled to formulate your own policies where there are no laws or where your policies don't clash with the laws. On areas where the law is silent, you can have your own policies. So we are not sure of what exactly Twitter has been saying. We've only got second-hand reports yet so far. But I think it would be rather difficult for them to justify a total defiance of Indian law. Of course, if you are operating in India, you have to comply with Indian law. But the simple truth is that they have every opportunity to pursue their legal remedies in court. If they feel the intermediary guidelines are bad in law, and there is a good arguable case that they are bad in law, then the same should be challenged by them in court, and they should try to get a stay order. Same as, for example, so many websites in other websites in the country have done. The intermediary guidelines have been challenged roughly every 2 or 3 weeks by one online entity or the other all the time. So Twitter needs to just join the bandwagon. They should they should pursue a legal case against the rules if they don't like them, and they have otherwise they are supposed to comply with them. If they don't comply, they are not obeying the Indian law, and India has every right to take action against them. But
Yeah.
I think it's actually a creditable thing that they have actually appeared before Parliament and before the Standing Committee, and we must be very careful over here. Parliament and the Standing Committee are not the courts. They don't decide they don't decide who is in compliance with the law or who is not in compliance with the law. This is strictly a discussion for purposes of investigations, for a parliamentary investigation. There are no consequences to this, to what they are saying or what they are not saying. The real truth of, like you say, the truth of the pudding is in the eating. We'll have to see how they comply with the law and how this plays out in court.
Well, let's also tell our viewers who was on this parliamentary panel. We went through the list. There are about 35 MPs who are on it. Some of the bigger names, very often spoken about names, include Shashi Tharoor of the Congress Party, Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore of the BJP, Bhanu Pratap Singh Verma of the BJP, Karti Chidambaram of the Congress, Tejasvi Surya of the BJP, Loket Chatterjee, Mahua Moitra of the TMC, and Nishikant Dubey as well. Many, many more, but some of the faces that you often hear about. But Jiten, one thing is obviously clear, and I think there is no doubt in that everybody who functions, operates in this country has to follow the laws of this country. Now, do you agree with Rahul that if Twitter doesn't agree with the laws of the country, they need to go to the court rather than delaying on implementation of the rules?
Of course, Samya, this is what I've been saying, and every discussion we have had at least a couple of times on your show when we discuss Twitter and WhatsApp confrontation, that there are essentially three debates we are having. Is the policy of this big tech superior to the sovereign laws of a country? One. Two countries have a right to regulate big tech. These are two fundamental debates we are having across the world in every democratic country today. Now, the debate about Twitter not following the legal orders of the government, or WhatsApp refusing to comply with the rules for traceability, or Twitter refusing to appoint even a chief compliance officer in India. And today's answer, I think it exposes entire hypocrisy of untenable proportions by Twitter, that they have the audacity to tell a joint parliamentary committee of a sovereign parliament of a sovereign country that when they are asked that do you follow the law of the land, they said our policies are equally important, we'll follow our principles. That is in a way saying that tomorrow if there is a clash or confrontation between our policy guidelines and your legal provision, we will follow our policies, not your law. And I think compliments to the entire parliamentary committee, which has got members from across political spectrum, that they have spoken in one unanimous voice that Indian law is supreme and every big tech, including Twitter, has to follow the law of the land. There can be debates about the tenability of legal provisions. One can go to court and get them quashed. But as long as the law is there, they have to follow. Now, second, I think I am not in agreement with the government on what is happening in the parliamentary committee. When Twitter MD is telling Delhi police that he has got nothing to do with Twitter US, he has got no accountability, he is running only a sales and marketing company, then why are we wasting time by calling these people who have got no authority, no accountability, no locus standi in the entire matter? We should only call people who at least owns responsibility about the content and policy in India. Just having fancy designations and having a company named Twitter India and attending parliamentary meetings and then going on TV, issuing ads, making decisions, it doesn't matter. Moment there is a legal discourse, a police action notice or a court proceeding, they say that we have got nothing to do with content, Twitter US. I mean, it's a separate entity. Please go there. I think this is what has to come to an end. That there has to be accountability of in every country, be it India, be it Nigeria, be it Australia, be it UK, be it France. It cannot go on that these companies can operate in a vacuum with opaque policies and then have some sort of fancy principles and instigate riots in the garb of protecting free speech. That is the fundamental issue.
Okay.
And every country
has
a right to take it.
Let me take one point that you made, and I want to take it to the political representatives also. And let's start with the BJP, because at the end of the day, Neha Shalini, it seems that some of the members, at least, of the standing committee were not very happy with the responses they were getting, to the point that they had to ask the Twitter officials that please tell us in writing who you are and what is your authority or power within Twitter. So, do you agree when Jiten Jain says, why are you wasting time calling these people who don't seem to have any say at all in what Jack Dorsey and his team members may be deciding sitting in another part of the world?
Actually, no one is above the constitution. So neither me or neither Twitter. So the citizen of India must understand that Twitter is only portraying itself as a barrier of free speech, as a barrier of as a flag of free speech barrier. So to excuse itself from complying with the law of Indian law. Our IT minister well said about this, that no one is above the law. So Twitter must understand that if what is the new IT rule? In new IT rule, the new IT rule provides 36 hours to remove the objectionable post from your Twitter handle. So is it the bad thing? I'm saying if our country has a rule, if Tata or Bata can work outside the country, I'm saying in UK or US, they follow their rules, their country rules, not Indian rule. So why not Twitter? You know what I mean? That if our country businessmen can work in foreign country with their country rules, why Twitter is not follow our country rules? So that is the main issue.
Okay.
That spread the hatred news and false news, false narrative, and if government said you have to remove it from your Twitter handler, then they said no. Why not? It's a freedom of speech. So by the name of freedom of speech, you spread the communal rights, you spread hatred news, you spread false news, you
Yes.
spread
Well, we have a lot of political parties in our country as well who do that. Let's not just single out a company whose representatives are not sitting on this panel to defend themselves.
But they can follow their our country rules. Is it right or wrong?
Of course. So aren't you investigating, issuing notices to Twitter, booking them under FIRs, various sections already? Who's stopping the government from doing that? The government is going ahead with it any which ways. But I get your point. Rahul, I know you want to say something, but hold on to it for just a bit. Let me just go across to Anshul Avijit as well. Anshul, what has your party leaders were also present in the standing committee. Do you have a viewpoint as to why is this required? Should the standing committee be calling these officials when they don't have any powers any which way, when the MD himself has nothing additional to offer to the Delhi police?
You know, the position of the Congress all along has been, I mean, I find this not at all a very profound question of who is supreme. Is it Twitter or is the state? We all know the answer to that. It's like the classic political intervention. Who is the sovereign in the state of exception? We know who it is. You know, it is actually the state and it's the laws of the state. The big question is how unjust these laws are. Are they subversive? Do they contravene the essence of our democracy? Tomorrow will be known as the largest democracy in the world or the largest autocracy in the world. I mean, go ahead and shut Twitter down if you have a problem about it. I mean, you go the way that Nigeria has gone, as a handful of other countries have gone, which has established some kind of dictatorial regimes. This is the basic question. CAA is now a part of a rule book. It's now become statutory. It doesn't make it a good law. That's what we are talking about here. You know, I'll give you very briefly, I'll tell you what has happened. Twitter and other sites of social media by this government were seen to be this kind of lawless, wild frontier over which it had absolutely no control whatsoever. It was exercising its kind of dictatorial powers to the various agencies which it emasculated or weaponized completely. It had no control over this. They got these laws to have absolute control over this. It is control over the flow of knowledge that the government fears. And this is what the colonial state did throughout its 200 years of rule. We know this from post-colonial theory. It was control over the flow of knowledge. It was epistemic violence that was perpetuated. It was about the division of people between good and bad, between loyal, disloyal, who to reward, who to punish. This is exactly the way the government is going. Who is going to decide ultimately what the sovereignty and how the security and integrity of India is going to be threatened. The government wants to control the entire narrative of this country. It wants to tell the India story. It wants to be the script writer. It wants to be the choreographer. It wants to be the ethnographer. This is yesterday's India. Surveillance, governmentality is yesterday's India. We have to look at technology in a completely different way now. What will eventually happen? The courts will adjudicate. It
Okay.
is not for even the FIR doesn't give it some kind of statutory invincibility to the prosecutor to investigate. The courts will ultimately decide. But we have to take another look at what technology means for us. What is the emotional connect of people with technology? I mean, it's not even new technology. There is a deeper, even an atavistic connection with technology. There is the free flowing of epistemic ideas of knowledge throughout the world. We feel closer to the world. What are you going to do with it? Of course, please legislate. There is no
So,
problem with
I
legislating.
agree with you.
We all
One-
know who is supreme in this.
Yes,
These are
there needs to
redundant
be
questions, Tanvi.
legislations in place, a larger bill that has to come, data protection, data privacy, accountability of all of these giants as well. What we right now have is a set of rules that have been that brought in under the IT Act. Rahul, you wanted to make a point, and then to Jitin Jain. Yes.
Just 2 or 3 quick points actually. Firstly, I tend to agree that this framing actually is very is not a fair framing. The question is not really whether you want to comply with Indian law or not, because in the end,
Fair.
of course, you're going to comply. The actual issue is, and this is again very important to consider, because the parliamentary committee is comprised of all political parties, not just one, the ruling party. The simple fact of the matter is, this is not about ideology. It's more about, you can put it like the people versus the people in power. I think all politicians or all political parties, when they are in power, prefer to have solid control over the way narratives are framed, and therefore they will always take particular interest in social media, because Facebook and Twitter and the rest have changed the way the world thinks and the world moves. So if you want to control a narrative, like all governments do, historically they've always done, then naturally you have to have some level of control over this. So the debate which we are having right now is at a very superficial level. I mean, the question is not really,
At no point
about,
is the debate, and I think all of us agree that the debate is not whether government is going to be calling the shots or Twitter. Everybody has to follow the law of the land. The debate is whether this law, to what extent is it constitutional, which the courts have to decide. Like you rightly said, if Twitter has a problem with it, they go to the courts like anybody else who's already done so, and that's where we hash it out. Until then, I mean, I don't understand this part of Twitter's behavior, where they keep asking for more time. They had 3.5 months, and then they came up with one interim appointment. The rest are yet to be done. They've just about now finally opened them up, as job positions, and have begun the process. They didn't do that for 3 months. So there is some, I mean, I don't understand this. They could have just done this in the last 3 months while they prepare their alternate legal strategy to challenge these laws in a courtroom. So I am completely with you on that. But before
one more thing I would like to point out. I mean, I'm sorry, before you move on to
Ultimately, they can follow our country rule, but Twitter want to stretch the issue because to buy the more time to spread the hatred news, to spread the fake news. This is the main issue.
Actually, that brings me to a very interesting point, which I want to ask to Rahul and Jitin. And Rahul Narayan, to you first. The laws, as per the laws, if the government asks, Jitin, I'm coming to you next. If the government asks Twitter to pull something down, do they have to necessarily pull it down?
See, according to the Supreme Court ruling in Shreya Singhal, and that was the law before these new guidelines, either you got a court order or you got some very particular, very small circumstances when the government could pull something down. And Twitter is actually, to be fair, I mean, the rights which are being protected when Twitter is hesitant in shutting people down is the right of us, the people of India. The people who are being shut up.
But as per the existing rules, they are supposed to. They can, or they challenge it in court.
The blocking rules of 2009, for example, or as interpreted by the Supreme Court in Shreya Singhal's case in 2015. But it was always decided that the court will take a final call on this, and that the circumstances in which the government should do this all the time.
Okay, Jitin, yes.
Right? I think I'm sorry to say that both Congress and BJP spokesmen, I can 100% assure you that they have. Hello.
Yes, we can see you now.
I can 100% assure you that both of them have not read the law, both of them have not read the rules. They're only scoring political brownie points. You can look at the parliamentary committee. At least Dr. Tharoor decided that on that forum, entire country has to speak in one voice, because all the laws which were called the draconian by the Congress spokesman were actually formed by the Congress government. All the rules which are formed by BJP today will be followed by the Congress government too in the future. So the question is that what is asking Twitter to appoint
That is the
a
problem.
chief compliance officer in India is an assault on free speech? How is it an assault
There was
on
no
free speech?
consultative
This is
process
just
in forming this
propaganda by
rule.
big tech. Can I just complete, sir? Now, after 3 months, they are saying that we will appoint some lawyer as a grievance officer, and we still need time because of pandemic to appoint a chief compliance officer. Tanvi, do you actually believe it? Then they go on to plant
I
a story
already
in every
said
news
that.
channel that we have.
Yeah, I already said
do
that.
you believe it? And then they have said that we have already recruited a chief compliance officer. We will inform the government soon. So are we waiting for some astrologer? Are we waiting for some astrologer to appear that on one fine day they will inform? Very question is that government asking Twitter to appoint 3 resident officers in India is nothing but a small accountability of Twitter to ensure
Yeah.
that next time when they show
Actually,
Ladakh as a
Yeah,
territory
okay.
of China,
Completely out of time. Completely out of time. I can assure all 4 of you and the rest of our viewers as well, this debate isn't ending anytime soon. We will have a lot more of conversations, but I'm going to thank you at this point. I just want to highlight, though, the information that's come out basis the sources on what happened in that standing committee conversation meeting with the Twitter officials is based on, what some of the MPs would have said so. Is this the unanimous stand of the entire standing committee? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow the TMC representative or the Congress representative stands up and says something else. But largely every political party and the parliamentarian and citizen of this country would agree that law of the land is supreme. If there is a problem with the laws or the new rules, it must be hashed out in the court. So yes, Twitter is running out of time and running out of chances. They have already got so many extensions in the deadline to implement the rules as per the government law. They need to start acting on it now. I don't think the government or even the parliamentary standing committee is going to be in a mood to listen to any more excuses or banal, vague statements that are issued on a daily basis. If you have an problem with this law, kindly go ahead and seek some relief from the court. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation.